Hello and welcome back to South of the Circle. Last time we found a Soviet base area and there was a radiation warning symbol. We got a bit closer with Clara. Seems like we're quite romantic with her now. So it's all happening. We left off that we were being told don't collab with the woman, which was very wrong, and also that we've got to get in a boat to get over to the ship. So let's jump in and get in the boat. Let's go. It's looking deadly out there, isn't it? Look at them clouds. Dark and gloomy. Ooh, they're nicer clouds, aren't they? Let's just look at those. Ah, the blue sky. Lovely. Oh,
Come on,
okay.
Pete, pay attention. Heading the bloody clouds again. That's your problem. Pick up the oars and row like I told you.
Oh, so Dad is showing us how to row.
Faster than that, son. I want to keep them both in time.
I'm trying my
Doing my best.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And try and keep your weight in the middle, too. You don't want to tip us in. What a wonderful start to the holiday that would be.
Do you want to help?
No, this is a test of your listening, son, and trying to work things out for yourself. How would you learn if I did everything for you, eh?
I didn't mean do it all, just take an oar maybe.
Well, say I did, and you could only work one oar, then where would we be? We'd be going round in circles.
He's a lovely
Oh,
fellow,
no,
isn't he?
there's a strong current coming up. It's a good test, son. Now remember what I taught you, and this won't be a problem. Keep her straight and true. Strong arms. I said strong.
It's got spindly little arms,
no,
that's the problem.
no!
Trying.
That side! Harder on the port side!
Help!
Jesus, Pete, that one!
Oh. Well, it's not looking good for him, is it?
Oh, come on, give it here! Give it here! God, you get back there, I'll do it.
He's having some bad flashbacks now.
I knew you weren't made for this!
Why force him to do it then? Jeez. I don't like the dad.
Maybe you're right.
Come on. And prove you can go the rest of the way. Current's not as strong now. Oh, here you go. I have done my best, Pete.
Has he though?
Whatever you do in life, you can't expect anyone to do things for you. My experience. I won't always be here to help. And there'll come a time when you've got to prove you can do something by yourself.
Safe to say he's proved that by now, isn't he? Looking at.
Ahoy! Good row, Captain Hamilton.
Oh, get me away from this thing. It looks calm out there, but it's rougher than you think.
Oh, it does look nice and calm, you're right.
It's the current. Can't you see it?
It's very nasty ripples. It's practically a storm surge.
She's teasing, isn't she?
I think if the wind had been in another direction...
Oh, come here. Don't you know me at all by now? Come on, let's walk.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I've got used to being this relaxed. What's it going to be like getting back to college, having to smarten ourselves up? I really like you like this, it's nice. Remember when we met on that train and you were so self-conscious about that suit?
Oh, I remember. Seems silly now, eh? I remember you struggling with the suitcase.
Full of books.
So, do you want the good news?
Absolutely.
While you're out, I checked with the hotel and they said we could stay another night. And I thought, why not? Extend this holiday as long as we can. Extend the celebration.
Celebration?
Oh, you know, the summer of work. The fact that it's practically all done now. And perhaps we could celebrate us too.
Oi, oi.
Us. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Mr. Absolutely Hamilton.
Oh, stop it. I don't say it like that.
You do, then that's fine.
Ready to go home soon?
Not in the slightest. Oh, so pretty. Oh, look at these houses. Oh, if I had found someone I could row with, perhaps I could be living here.
Hey, I can row.
Well, that's good, because I think I might be in love.
Oh? Me too.
Oh, those
Big
two houses up
moment
on the
there.
cliff, look. Oh, which one should we have, the red or the blue?
It's tricky. Why not both?
Oh, go on, pick one.
I'll go red.
Okay, red.
My choice exactly.
Oh, almost like I knew what you were going to say.
Well, either house looks big enough for me. Maybe more than me one day.
Family.
Well, like I said, one day.
What about your work? Wouldn't you want to finish that first?
I'll finish work before I settle down, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I
She's
love my
jumping
work.
into the big subject,
I
isn't
do.
she?
I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to keep going as long as I can. I don't see why it has to be one or the other. Would you give up work to have children?
I would. I really would.
No, well, I think the thing is, I wouldn't expect a man to give it all up. Not if he really loved his work. So why does the rest of the world think that we should give it all up? I keep thinking about all these bright young women I'm teaching and I'm scared. I'm scared that despite all they've achieved, despite the fact that they're walking out into the world with a degree from Cambridge, the first thing they'll be asked is, how fast can you type?
You're probably right. It's a real waste of talent.
It really is a waste, you're right. Even the jobs they get, they're not expected to keep once they've had children. All it needs is people to stand up to it.
No, you're right. I think women have every right to state their claim.
Not a woman this time. Women have been making a stand, throwing themselves under horses since the suffragettes. We need men to start fighting for it.
You can count on me.
I hope you do make a stand. Won't become part of all that. It's not easy, you know. A lot of people are still living in the dark ages about all this. Your professor, for one, I'll bet.
I think you're probably right there.
He doesn't know about any of this, does he?
This work?
Exactly. The work we've done. You will tell him, won't you?
Of course.
Of course I will. I'll go straight to his office as soon as we're back.
You promised me that.
Promise you that.
Good.
Happy?
Happy. You?
Very.
Very interesting little conversation there, isn't it? Oh, and now we're back to the ice. The icy boat of the SS Lummy. I wonder if the professor is going to try and get it so that so Clara is not included on the paper or something if it is good. Don't want a woman involved in all that. What?
Marvelous to see you.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a
Obviously, that's not how I view it. That's what
I
this,
have to say,
this approach looks like.
I'm delighted.
Oh, he's happy.
Delighted. Well, that's wonderful to hear.
I must say it's very impressive.
Very kind of you.
Not at all, it's your work. I think the direction you took it gave it something of real value. Well, as I say, quite apart from the climate side of things, the method you developed to track radiation, I can see it having far-reaching implications, and not just in your own field. It's marvelous.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, first-rate piece of work, Peter. First-rate. This other name on here, Dr. Clara McKirrick. I presume we could drop that.
What?
Drop it. Why would I do that?
Oh, well, I understand you probably had some little research assistants, but, well, we all have secretaries.
He's
We
such
just
a
don't
horrible
usually put
person.
the name on the front cover of the paper.
Yeah. Clara did more than a little research.
Really? No. Well, I see. Tell me, have you seen your friend Joseph recently, Samuel?
I have.
Doing so well in their new positions. I would dearly love to see the same for you, Peter. And more for you, in fact.
Well, thank you.
It would be so well deserved after all these years, especially after the risk I took.
Risk.
A boy from a grammar school, first in his family to make it to university, you know what I'm saying. It's been really wonderful to give you this opportunity. I would just hate you to throw it away by misattributing your own hard work, that's all, for whatever reasons you might have.
I appreciate your concern, but Clara is responsible for the work on this too.
Yeah, you stand your ground, Peter.
Well, as I say, it really is very good, and I'm not the only one who thinks so.
You've given it to someone else already.
I knew a few who I thought might be interested. I thought you'd be pleased. In fact, I think you might want to prepare yourself for being the center of attention for a little while. I'm
Bonjour.
sure you would be able to cope, but I think it's perhaps not quite the sort of thing you'd like to foist on a young woman's shoulders.
Whatever it is, I'm sure.
As if they care about that. They just don't want it to be a woman who's on the
With
paper.
this name on here, there is a good chance it will cause problems.
Oh, who cares?
I'm sure I could handle them.
This isn't all about you, I'm afraid. There could be problems for everyone. Clara was close with Molly Shannon, wasn't she? The one suspected of being a communist spy.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Well, it's true. How
I didn't
close
mean to say
they were
that.
is the real question. Clara joined Molly on that anti-British protest march, I hear.
It was anti-nuclear defense, not anti-British. I believe.
Well, you know my thoughts on that. They can be one and the same thing. A lot of people, very important people, believe you are either with this country or against it. Some of the benefactors of this college, for example. My father used to call this university one of the greatest contributions Britain has made to the world. I would agree with that. Wouldn't you?
One of the greatest. Really? Well, it does some great work.
It does. I'd hate to be the one to undermine it. The affair with this Cambridge 4 business has been bad enough. We can't change the past, Peter. But we can learn from it. Before we fool ourselves into remembering it too kindly. Now, with this name on here, and the associations one might make, you see what I'm saying?
If you met Clara, I'm sure you'd agree her name should be on the paper.
Good God, Peter, I am trying to make you understand something. This is precisely the way the rot sets in. It's the slow knife. Members of this university were recruited to spy for the Soviet Union 10 years ago. Now, members of this university are demanding we lay down our weapons. The only defense we have against the very same foreign power. What happens in 10 years' time? And what happens to the integrity of this college in 10 years? If you share your work on a whim with a girl you've taken a fancy to, and what happens 10 years after that?
This guy is the worst kind of person ever.
Cannot survive by making oneself vulnerable. That is why this university is still here. That is why I am still here. I hope you understand how much I care about your success.
As if.
It's so
Full of it, isn't he?
common for work to fade into obscurity after it's published. It would be a shame if yours were denied my full-throated support, especially after so many years.
I've spent years working on this.
I cannot make your decisions for you, Peter. By all means, publish with Clara as a co-author if you're feeling generous, but if you do, you'll have to take your chances. It would be difficult for me to bring to bear any influence I have. By way of illustration, I have an address in Whitehall to give you.
Thank you.
Afraid I can't tell you much more now, but he's a good man. Cambridge man. And you may find there's one more reason to leave Clara out of things. I'm sure things will become clear soon.
I think you've made things very clear.
Well, let me know what you decide. Just knock any time.
What a scumbag, eh?
My door is always open.
Oh, what's going on, Peter? This boat doesn't look good, does it? It might be a little bit worse for wear. Plane! Plane! Run, Peter!
Smoke. Someone's there.
Come on, up the mountain we go. Driving forward. Fearlessly. Come on, Peter. Norway! We can see the Norwegian flag. We made it to the camp. Oh no, that doesn't look good.
No, we can't leave it. Hey! Over here! Come back! Hey!
How are we going to get down there? Oh. Hang on, Peter. Hang on. Oh, he is not going to be able to hang on. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. This isn't good, is it? Oh, damn. Well, we made it to the bottom of the mountain. That's always good, isn't it? And I can see some graves. That's not good. And the boat is leaving. Oh no. Oh no, Peter, what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have to find out next time on South of the Circle, because I'm gonna finish it there. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying it so far. The story is building up and we're starting to find out more about different people. So yeah, remember to come back next time, see what happens, and remember to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you when I see you.